Hey, what's popping? Welcome back to my podcast. My name is Harleem, and basically we'll be discussing sneakers. You know the vibe, so let's get right into what I have to share with you. So on today's episode, basically we would be connecting with a guest, a person of mine, someone I met through IG, and since we met, it's been amazing because basically, like I keep saying, it is all about discussing sneakers and basically connecting with people that to an extent also feel the same vibe as to the way I feel sneakers. So basically, that is all that this is about, and basically um, I'll be waiting on my guests to join me so that to an extent you can actually have a feel of who it is that I'm bringing over here on the podcast. So one way or the other, have a discussion with me and basically have an idea as to what sneakers means to this person, and I think to an extent you feel about what the person generally feels about some key areas as to what contributes to sneakers in Africa. So let's hang around, let's hang around for my guest is someone to an extent as for people that have actually been keeping up with my IG page, keeping up with what I have going on there. Someone one way or the other you've seen me post his content and also he has his own podcast, the Realsole podcast. Basically I'm his co-host on the podcast too, but however it's also nice to have him on the Sneaker Alum podcast. So hey bro, I was actually just talking about the fact that we made on IG, just actually giving people an idea as to generally what it is that the Real Soul podcast is about, and also you as a person. So an extent, I would like you to at least let's just get to it right away. So please can you just
Okay.
introduce yourself to the
Uh,
audience?
all right. So I go by many names, but I'll just say the name. So my name is, or my names are
Yeah.
Mubarak Abdulaziz Tejumola Oriade,
Wow. Full
and
name.
I
Full
was born
name.
and raised. Yeah, I was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria,
Yeah.
Mushin to be precise.
Wow.
And
That's great.
I've been out of Nigeria now for roughly, let's say, like 6 years now.
Wow. That's a lot.
So yeah, I'm in America. We all know what push person to leave his hometown and come and go overseas
Yeah.
is,
Basically, just to
to
like
make
get things
yourself
going.
bigger, yeah, and be successful in life. So
Yeah. That's great.
yeah, I think that was about me. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, that's it. You touched on every important part, basically, because to an extent, for people seeing you and seeing me, you look at like basically, and they will at least understand that this is someone of ourselves. This is a Nigerian and a brother of mine to an extent. I met him tried, like I said earlier, and since we started communicating, it's been amazing sharing ideas as to what it is that to an extent sneakers contributes to
Exactly. Sharing soul
generally.
knowledge.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, so knowledge basically. Yeah, so like if I'd ask, what got you into sneakers? Like, what does sneakers mean to you?
To be honest, I don't even know how I got into the sneakers, but I think I can remember when I was young, the like those memories, right? When I
Yeah,
was young in Mushin, I was brought up in a family of, let's say my family is like a polygamous family, but
all right.
we all, the love is there. So I got my brothers, I got my sister and my mom, my dad, everybody were so cool, and I got a few aunts here in overseas
Yeah,
and all that. So it started off. I think I would say my mom introduced me into the, let's say, fashion slash sneaker world, because
wow, that's
my
cool.
mom's be dressing me up to like, my mom be dressing me and she be showing me pictures when I grow old. Like she do show me those, those memorable picture, like, yeah,
Pictures, yeah,
when you
yeah,
are young, this is the
young,
hairstyle, this is the
yeah,
hairstyle. When I was young, I already doing like grown up people hairstyle. I have the same
wow,
hairstyle as my brother,
wow,
which was like the first one. Yeah.
that's true. That's really nice.
So
At least keeping up with
so
style.
so yeah, so I can't even say this is my first sneakers, but I can say the sneaker that I do remember that
Yeah,
I own. I can't forget then.
yeah.
It was me and my mom. We go to like this place called Yaba.
Okay, yeah, yeah, in Lagos.
Yeah, so the first sneaker was like a Timberland high
Wow,
boot, but I think she got me like two sneakers. It was like a Timberland and Superstar.
Wow, that's true. That's
The
true. That's just
Superstar, but the Superstar is way different. It's like a chunky one.
oh,
It's not like the recent
the recent.
Superstar they are doing now. So yeah, I can say that's my first
Oh,
sneakers, like the
that's
Timberland. Yeah.
that's really great. That's really great. And to an extent, like that's something I can relate to also as a person, considering how parents, moms, try as much as possible to see that we as their kids just like have that style in us. That's really great. That's really great. So like for you, to an extent, I know you're somebody deeply rooted in culture, making sure that at least you get your hands on really cool sneakers. So like for you, what does your sneaker rotation look like?
My sneaker rotation, it looks it looks something weird and something way different because
Oh, nice.
I won't lie to you. Yeah, my sneaker rotation is weird and is like something way different because I don't I don't like seeing someone else wearing something I'm wearing. I
All
don't
right.
care how much it costs.
Basically,
I
just the
just
rest
try,
stuff.
yeah, I just try to be very different.
All right.
I know that. So I don't know do I have to show my sneakers
Yeah, if you can,
or just
if you can show some
I'll
sneakers,
have
I
to
really appreciate.
I'll I'll have to get up. Let me see if I
No
can
problem. That's
rotate this
fine. That's fine.
camera.
That's fine.
Uh, so I mean if they can go to my Instagram at Realsole info. I've been
Yeah.
posting the sneakers I've been wearing for the past days
Wow.
for over like 26 days now. So
Wow.
this
That's a
is
big
part of
move.
the rotation. This is
Nice.
the adapt. It's part of the
Adapt. Yeah.
rotation. Is yeah.
That's a very cool
And
sneaker.
let me just see. Let me see. I got this in the rotation.
Wow. Oh, nice. Nice.
That's the Jordan one.
Yeah.
No,
No, no, no,
and
no,
this is the one I'm wearing
yeah, the
recently.
Converse. Yeah, yeah. I saw this. I saw the post
Yeah,
of this.
the Converse or stuff.
Yeah.
And I got this also. The one to choose. So I
Yeah.
put
The
my
one
own
too.
little twist. I changed the
Wow.
lace.
This is. Yeah. I can see that. That's chill. That's
Yeah.
a really good one.
I also this the sneaker. I won't say this
Yeah.
the boots that make me fall in love.
The
I got the
sneakers like
Timberland,
Timberlands. Yeah.
the Pound and Dunk.
Panda
Like
dunks, yeah,
I just be
those are
everywhere.
regulars. Yeah, basically touching
I
on
got the
Crocs.
Pollux
I
too.
was expecting this
So
actually, like the Crocs there.
yeah, so I think I got the Don't Tie too, and this
Yeah,
the
yeah, the fragments.
Fujiwara, the Fragment. Yeah.
That's a
So
very cool
my
sneaker.
sneaker rotation, I got more, but it's like in my showroom. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a handful of sneakers that you've shown, and to an extent, people see that you touch on as many brands as possible just to like get your piece out of everything.
yeah, yeah, I like to go like experience different brands like Puma, Reebok. The only brand I think I can't get is like Fila.
So,
I just
why?
don't like Fila. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I've never owned one. I just respect the history that they got, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
that's the shoe Tupac used to rock back then. It was it was a very big thing back then, but I just don't like it because I just consider them lazy. They copy everybody's style. They're not putting in the effort, and
Effort.
they are like a big brand. So I
Yeah,
don't know what they're doing. If
that's
if they can't put in the effort, they as well close it down. Like Puma have been the underdog for like years, and you can see
right.
what they are doing. Even
Yeah, they keep
Saucony,
pushing.
yeah, Saucony too. Even Skechers,
Yeah,
they've been
sketches.
innovative, but then
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is. But if they send me a sponsorship, maybe I can, work with
Help
them or
out in some
something,
way. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
I can bring ideas.
yeah.
Yeah.
True, true. That'll be great. So I was going to push a question to you. If there's a sneaker that you can wear for the rest of your lifetime, like just one sneaker, you can have it in variety of color. What sneaker would that be?
hmm To be honest, it's not more like a sneaker. I call it so because it's not a sneaker. A sneaker is supposed to have a tongue and
Yeah,
aglet and
I
shoelacing
like
and all
yes.
that.
Yeah,
So yeah, so is a Crocs. Is a Crocs.
I was
The
expecting that response
regular
actually.
Crocs or the Pollux.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the shoe I can wear forever.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's a very comfortable pair to an extent, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are
Yeah.
Like if you put your legs inside the Crocs, it's
Yeah,
difficult to actually like just stop wearing it. It's
yeah,
like
yeah. That's why a
that
lot of all these people are running from it because it is addictive. But I've been wearing Crocs for like decades now, so
wow.
that's my go-to shoe when I was in Nigeria. Like, because a lot of my shoes, I don't like them being dirty, all
Yeah,
those
so
weather
you need
and
something you
everything.
can
So
always
most times
wear. Well,
I just wear my Crocs with no socks on. When it's raining, I'm going through the rain like that,
rain, yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
get home, I wash it back. So
Right, and
yeah,
still looks pretty and nice.
yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So have you had any regrettable purchase? Like you being someone that buys, I get a lot of sneakers.
Me personally, I don't have a regrettable purchase for real. It just make me wise. Like it make me like my sneaker wisdom. It
Yeah,
helps with my sneaker wisdom because that's why you see me. I don't really go for recent drops.
right,
I don't
right.
care
You try to
how
go
much
back
they
in time
push
and
it
see.
and all that because I used to remember back then I used to go for like recent drops and
Right.
a shoe can go for like 200 now that I
Yeah.
really really like, but the majority don't like it.
True,
So
true.
it end up going below retail and all that. And I already copy for retail.
Yeah,
I'll be
that's right.
like, am I dumb? So right now I just chill once the shoe drop and it's going below retail, then I get it. So I
Yeah,
don't think I have a regrettable purchase personally, but when I do help people to buy shoes or
right.
source shoes, like I have a lot of I have a lot of regrettable purchases. So
Cheese is there.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So any holy grails, any sneaker that to an extent you're still trying to like have your hands on, considering the fact that you already said that you don't try to go much on the newer drops. Is there any sneaker you're trying to like put your hands on?
To be honest, yes, the sneakers I like to get my hands on, and I will be the like I know the holy grail is like something in the community that, oh yeah, the shoe you didn't eat, that you need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get it.
you get, yeah,
But right now I won't say I give up. I would just say I'm not that interested because once I can't get a shoe, I just let it go. I don't care how much
right.
it costs in the future. I don't care about resale,
Price or value,
value
right?
and all that. So I would say my only goal right now is just me having my own shoe, custom or shoe lane or shoe brand. That's my
Wow,
only goal. That's what I'm
that's
I'm,
big. That's
I'm
big.
going after.
That's big. And eventually it's going to come out clean and nice. I'm really looking
Yeah,
forward
yeah,
to
I'm
what you
I'm
think
re-
of that.
yeah, I'm taking my time with it. I'm not rushing it because
Yeah, yeah.
I don't I'm not rushing it, but I'm connecting with people. That's why I'm connecting with people. So yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's great. And I'm really looking forward to what becomes of it. What do you think of like the sneaker community here in Nigeria, Africa to an extent, and what do you think can become of it?
I mean, what do I think can become of it,
Yeah,
or what I think it is right
yeah.
now?
What do you think it is right now, and what can become of it?
Okay, right now, I mean, comparing it to 6 years ago, I think people are now, knowing the real one from the fake ones. They know the benefit of having a real sneakers
Right,
compared to having a replica
right.
or a fake one.
It's true.
That's that. And what what is going to be, I mean, for example, we talk about this way in the podcast we did that,
Yeah,
network was
network was
the
terrible.
issue.
Yeah,
And we talk about, the brands having like Rema,
yeah.
and all these young
Artists,
artists,
yeah,
which they already did now. But I think in the future to go forward,
right.
I just think the people that have the power right now are the people within the Afrobeat,
Space.
industry, the music
Yeah,
industry.
that's right. That's right.
Those are the people that have the power to change,
The narrative.
to make the Nigeria sneaker culture a thing,
Yeah,
like an
yeah,
actual thing.
yeah. That's right.
So, and most of them right now, most of them wear designer shoes. So I don't know
How that's
how's
gonna
that
be?
is
Yeah,
possible
yeah.
because
How that's gonna be possible?
yeah, yeah, because I won't lie to you, the only ones that I see that are actually rocking shoes, like I said, Rema.
Yeah,
I see him in Jordans, I see him in Dunks,
yeah. True.
Aristar. I also see him I see are in different shoes.
Yeah.
Um, who else?
Well,
When it comes to shoe, the only person that can pop to my head is Rema. I think Fireboy is trying now.
yeah,
Fireboy
I
is
saw a
also
collab stuff
trying.
and to an extent, but
Um,
then,
yeah. I think Ashake too. There was a shoe Ashake wore. The shoe is going for like $50.
wow, wow,
It was like Adidas. Something's on his profile.
wow.
It's like an Adidas shoe. So I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's someone,
Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, someone looking out for what it is that works for
Something like
them.
exactly. Something like that can really push the
Yeah,
culture.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And I feel like,
And shout out to those people that are holding it down,
yeah,
that they have their store,
yeah,
they're connecting the dot, the culture they're trying to do, something pushed, they're trying their best.
yeah,
Shout out to them. But in order to take it to the next level,
yeah.
is the best solution is just to get like the music industry all into the sneaker culture.
Yeah, that's it. And like you already said, having creatives create their own thing within that space because to an extent these are people that are known worldwide and to an extent people expect one or two from them. So it is just right. It's just right that people in the Afrobeat space to an extent have a means to actually create these brands and eventually I feel like we'll get there. So bringing that to the African space,
Eventually, yeah,
I don't know.
it's hard work.
Have you tried any African sneaker brand product?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't.
And do you know of any
I
African
haven't.
sneaker brands that probably has popped up on your timeline? Have you seen any?
I've been seeing them, but the name be so complicated that I can't even
Ah,
remember the
yeah,
names.
yeah,
That's the first mistake they're doing. No one is perfect, but it's not like I go to school for marketing or to be a executive sneaker, but it's just common sense,
yeah, I feel
It's
that.
something I've been in space for.
Yeah,
I mean, sneakers have been part of my life, but when it comes to like the culture, is like 3 years ago. That's when I got introduced to the culture. So
yeah.
I haven't seen any name that really stand out. To be honest, I won't lie to you.
Okay, so
Probably because I wasn't paying more attention.
yeah.
Probably because I wasn't paying more attention to it, or I just, I don't know. But that's why I got you. You can introduce me to few.
Yeah. Actually, like there are a couple of like sneaker brands coming from Africa, like Batu, we have Drip, we have Kicks. Those are brands that I feel like to an extent are doing things that can be seen on like the world level of what sneakers can become. But like you already said, pointing out the idea of their names not sticking as much because when you're creating a brand, you have to create something that people can connect with, people can see as what is going on here, something that catches them almost immediately. So I feel like one way, if these brands are actually listening to the podcast or seeing this, they can work on creating names and actually putting their identity out there because people want to see the reason why you do things. They want to understand the reason and the motive behind this creativity and not just buy into it because it's a sneaker. Like you always say, a sneaker is just a sneaker until basically somebody wears it.
A shoe is just a shoe
Yeah, yeah,
until someone put their legs in it.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I would say like it's not just about the names. It's about um them pushing it to like someone influential. Like
Right.
I'm gonna use Kanye West as an example. Like Kanye West went to Nike and then
Yeah,
went to Adidas. You see the sales, right? And
yeah,
when they have this stuff going on, when they cut
yeah.
ties,
The cut tie.
you
Yeah,
see how the
it
sales
declined.
deep.
Yeah, declined.
And when they went back, you see how the sales
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
So they just have to find that someone that's influential. The
yeah.
person doesn't have to be in Nigeria. It can be anywhere in the
Somebody that
world.
has that voice
But
already.
as long as the brand, yeah, as long as the brand is coming from Nigeria or Africa,
True.
then yeah, it's gonna stand out.
Right. That's amazing. That's amazing. And like, thanks for that contribution. Eventually, I hope that they get to hold on to what it is. So, for you, as a person, and as what it is that it is all about that you do, like, what can we expect from you? Because I feel like you are someone that has a whole lot of things going on, and like, I only know a few, but I feel like it will be right to actually come from you. So, what can we expect from you? Considering what it is that the sneaker culture entails.
So there's a lot to expect from me,
Yeah,
and it's just about I don't like I can't say we was. I just want my action to speak for me,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's it.
but at the same time I have to let people know like okay, this is what I got going on, these my plans
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
So I was just say like you should expect me being adamant,
yeah.
being being like, yeah, I want my country sneaker culture to go to another level
Right,
to
right, right.
improve,
That I
and
should
I
be.
won't stop advocating for that until I see like, okay,
That,
this is what's
yeah,
going on,
exactly. That
you
coming
know.
to life.
So yeah, yeah. So that's that, and the second is um expect me making copying sneaker in Nigeria easy for everybody that can afford it.
Yeah, true, true. That's something that I feel is essential because personally, from my own understanding and my experience of what I've seen so far, because I've just been in this for like, as you said, probably let's say 2, 3 years. I can't really like place a space to that, but basically, a lot of things that is actually pulling because something particular that is actually pulling the culture back as much is the fact that a lot of people actually don't want to get involved in what sneakers are, but the availability is a major problem because people
The
feel like
availability and the cost.
the cost, availability and the cost is a major problem. So to an extent, people just feel like instead of actually waiting to get this sneaker, even if I can actually save up to get it, it is still not available. So why don't I settle for something available? And I feel like that's actually what is boosting the whole market of replicas and all that we have like in the Nigerian
Mm,
African space. So that's something I feel is
true.
essential. And if one way or the other we can get that like that out of the way, people will get more involved in what it is that sneaker is and generally what the culture is about. So I'm really looking forward to what
True.
it is.
You're right. You you're right about that. Like the resale, the fake, the replica company. That's another story.
It's
That's
a big
another
story, a
topic.
big story.
It's not like just in Nigeria.
Yeah,
Is
and
worldwide.
it's getting
It
better.
just is. Let's say, yeah. Let's say it's 10% out here.
Yeah,
I would say it's like 80% elsewhere.
yeah,
But the 10% can rise up to like 100% the next
yeah.
day.
That's true.
So it's something that fluctuates.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like yeah. So yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that, and that's the main reason I don't even get hype about this recent drop because before the drop, I've already seen the
Thanks.
fakes,
Yeah.
and I see the fakes comparing to the
Uh,
original. I'll be like,
what?
what sense does it make me getting this shoe?
Yeah. When
Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of people are buying the shoe. They won't come out and say that, oh, I'm buying this shoe because it got value, so I can resell it.
yeah, yeah.
That's why a lot of people counter reps
True.
because most people that get this original shoe, they buy it and just sit on it for like
3 weeks,
3 weeks or
2 weeks.
2 weeks and
Yeah,
resell it.
yeah, yeah. That's right.
But if you have a fake shoe, you can't
Sleep
sit
better
on
and
it and
sell it.
resell it.
Yeah.
The only option you got is just to
So
wear it.
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's the truth, and it's like
Yeah,
it makes it complicated, and for anybody willing to sell, that's bad for business. So
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like people valuing their, placing value on what they are getting.
yeah, yeah. So it's a thing that I feel like needs more discussion to an extent because like here people are really not like they've not really understood the difference between the actual pair and the original pair. So people will be like, why do I have to
The
get
original pair,
why do I
yeah,
have to pay so much to actually get this pair when I can get the rep? And people in my environment don't even know that the original is this and the
is
fake is
fake.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any issue with someone repping a fake shoe because at the end of the day, let's look at it like this.
yeah,
What's the point of you getting an original shoe and you getting it just because of your savings or last money,
yeah.
and you're
You're
not
living
living
comfortably,
comfortably,
yeah,
or but there's someone out there driving like a Rolls Royce or a Lambo or something,
yeah.
and they have a fake shoe
I
on.
asked
So
to
what are you
what
gonna tell them?
yeah.
Are you gonna tell them that, oh yeah, your shoe is
You-
what 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 how will I say? Well,
There's really
how are you
how
gonna let them know that okay,
yeah,
this is
shit,
fake?
yeah. Like
So that
in that
exactly.
space, there's
You just have to let people rock whatever they want to
rock.
rock,
Yeah,
whatever suit them.
yeah, true,
Yeah,
true, true. That's right. That's right.
that's why you just have to be real to yourself. Like, okay, this is what I want.
Yeah,
But if someone close to you that you need to,
educate.
educate and advise, okay, this is the reason why you have to get the real stuff.
Yeah,
This is the reason why you have to stay away from. You educate them, and that's what I'm trying to do with the whole podcasting.
yeah,
Have conversation like this
yeah, yeah.
to
Gives more
enlighten more
people.
people
Yeah,
that okay, you can get fake shoe, but at the end of the day, you can just
yeah.
wait
Wait,
and get the
real
real
thing.
deal.
Yeah,
It's about connecting with the real person, connecting, and getting more knowledge about how it works. Because fake is definitely going below retail,
yeah. True, true.
but there are a lot of vans
Yeah,
that you can get for like $10.
true. And you can get them for that same price of, but even or probably lesser than the fake pair.
Exactly, and you're gonna stand out. People gonna know like, okay, this person is genuine with
True,
his
true.
rotation.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, like you said, it's all about the education and getting people involved in understanding that these things differ, and you can always create your own word and your own rotation based on the knowledge of what you have, and just do what works for you, basically. So thank you very much
exactly.
for actually sharing that insight, and I really hope that we'll get to do more of this. Like you already said, you have your podcast, and your podcast you share a lot of knowledge, you connect with people in the
Yeah, yeah.
field.
We're gonna record our podcast because the last one was just,
Yeah, yeah, it didn't go
I
as
don't know,
planned.
man.
Yeah,
It was I feel sad about it because it was a good record and the network just
I know,
fuck
right?
like makes everything hard. But like I think you asked me a question about my recent pickup or something.
Yeah, I was going
Like
to get
recent.
your recent pickup, like basically the sneakers that you picked up in recent times. Is there any sneaker that you
Okay, I have a lot, but I'll just show you one. Like a recent pickup is like my first ever pickup with the brand.
okay? Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm because right now I'm just trying out new
New brands,
brands,
yeah, true.
new
Technology, new
innovation
innovation.
that they got going on
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
So I would say my recent pickup right now is the Solomon.
Hey, yeah, Salman. Yeah,
This is the Solomon.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So this is the ST6.
Okay, yeah, I can see
I don't know if you
ST6.
can see
Yeah,
it
I can.
in size 7.
7, true.
And this is
Oh,
what it
nice.
looks
Nah,
like.
yeah, this gives the go forward
It's
vibe, the trail vibe. Yeah, basically.
So it doesn't exactly. So it's like different
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
way.
it is.
Like if you wear it, you look different. Like to see the fake,
Yeah, it's difficult.
it's not that easy to fake. Like
Yeah,
unless if it's retailing for like 1,000 or 800 or something,
true.
then you start seeing the
Yeah,
fakes. But yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
that's a really nice pickup.
And what I ate, yeah, that's my recent one.
Yeah, that's a really nice pickup, and at least it shows diversity in your collection to an extent. And I feel like that's something that's for me as a person, I like to see a collection that is more diverse in such a way that people try to like just look at what different brands have going on. Some brands are really good with materials,
Exactly,
some
exactly,
are good with technology, some are good with just the precision of their design. And I just feel like as much we just have to like select from these brands and make something out of it. So I'm grateful for the
exactly. I
opportunity.
mean, yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to say about people collecting same brand
Yeah,
if that's what they love. I mean, they can do it, but me, I'm just like I said, I'm a weird person, so I
that
just trying
works.
to,
That works.
yeah, like if someone is going sour, I like going nuts. I
Yeah,
like doing things
different
way
things.
different.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's just, yeah, that's just. I might regret it, but I know it's my regret, and I'll learn from it.
yeah.
So
That's it. We make mistakes,
that's
and
it.
we basically
That's it.
just have to like leave off those mistakes, get better at it, and eventually do what works for you. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you sleep at night. So this is what it is, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So can I ask a question though? I know this is not my podcast, but I
yeah,
just
yeah. You
have a
can, you
question I
can,
need to
you
ask.
can. You can.
So first, what's your how will I say what do you think about copying, buying, and the current sneaker culture in Nigeria? Like, are they really bringing a lot of product for people like that, or is just the aftermarket people that are really pushing the
Okay.
product?
Yeah, so for me, like for people that cop sneakers and where I've seen people cop sneakers from, I feel like these are people that actually like have to buy from outside then come and resell. So they actually sell on basically secondary market prices, not like the retail price. So to an extent, if you don't have the thousands, like solid thousands, you can't like actually get a really nice pair of sneakers.
You said
No, I
20,000?
said the thousands, basically talking about 3,000,
Oh, oh, I
300,000.
was like, that 20,000 is not a bad,
No, no, I'm
it's not
talking
a
about
bad
like the
price,
300,000s
honestly.
and above to millions. Basically, that's like
Mm-hmm.
what the price range of sneakers are. Yeah, and I feel like to an extent makes it,
It doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't compare with the economic.
yeah,
It
economic. Yeah,
doesn't
because
balance up, right?
imagine somebody earning lesser than, like, earning way less than the price of a sneaker. So how do you expect such a person to actually like want to be a part of that? They can only be a part of that and just looking at their phones, looking at this sneaker and feel like maybe one day I eventually get a pair of this and just leave it that way and probably educate themselves. But to actually have the experience of seeing these sneakers first and it goes way beyond the norm for most people. So I feel like when it comes to that, the price is enormous, to be honest. It's outrageous, and basically that is just. But then I can't say it is outrageous on like a general level because people that are actually selling are actually selling based on the price that they got it compared to
Mm-hmm.
because getting things into the country is not always as easy. So if you consider all those, you
True,
understand
true.
where,
Confirm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you understand where they're
yeah.
also coming from.
Yep. I give them credit.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest,
true. I
because
also
I
do
have
that.
some people that come for me on a personal level, like I ship stuff to Nigeria, they come for me and all that.
Yeah,
So, like you say, it doesn't be
it's
easy.
not. It's
It
serious.
doesn't be easy, but
It's
yeah,
not an easy thing. So like
it's
basically,
a very, it's a yeah.
it's just something whereby you just have to do well
It's
work,
expensive. It's time
consuming.
consuming.
Yeah,
Especially from the US. But UK, I think is way easier
yeah,
in UK compared to
yeah.
US.
That's right.
So yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
So my last question
yeah,
is, if a brand just like, okay, we want to have a project in Nigeria,
yeah.
and okay, we come to the country, what's the best retail price you think is gonna suit, you know, the economy that is going to let everybody get involved
Go.
in the brand, like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we can
For
afford
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically I feel like yeah it goes a long way into as much every brand knows what they produce and what it is worth. But if you are trying to work with the people and trying to say that a lot of people get involved, you try to come as low as much to their level. So I feel like for a price range of that, I feel like from I can't put a price to it, but I can just give an idea as to how to like define a price. Like for example, let's say an average person working 30 days in a month in Nigeria probably is earning like let's say 30,000 or 33,000. I don't know, let's say 30,000 but to an extent per month, you understand? So for someone like that, you
Mm-hmm.
probably like have to save up, let's say for like let's say 3 months before you can, yeah,
20,000 per month.
yeah,
That's how much in
you
dollars.
see, so basically you have to like save up like for 3 months before you can cop, let's say, a sneaker from the more popular brands. You understand? So now you, for
Hmm.
anybody trying to come into this space, you have to probably work with something that makes it like easier to cop sneakers, probably something maybe slightly above um the salary average that people like probably get paid.
Okay,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
middle class in
I mean,
Nigeria earns up to like how
yeah,
much?
I'm just saying, like the minimum wage is like around like if I'm not supposed, if I'm certain, like probably like around 30,000 or thereabout. So like
A month.
a month.
Okay,
So
okay, I get it.
yeah. So like I'm not so certain about the price. I'm sorry. I'm not so certain about the amount, but I feel like it's around that space. It's around that space. So if that is the case, I feel like to an extent to have actually have a sneaker brand here in like Nigeria, Africa, you have to work with something that people can assess considering what the economy looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
yeah,
point.
yeah. So basically, I feel like that is it for that. And another thing that I could add to that is, as much I feel like for any brand willing to come into this space, we need something inclusive, something deep rooted in what it is that's like the African story is about. Because people want to buy into something they can connect to. Like for example, I mentioned like amount. This is not a shout out for any brand, but basically just tapping into the story of what it is that created this brand. Like brands like Batu in South Africa, Drip in South Africa. These are brands that started by Africans, and they understood where they were coming from. They understood their environment. They understood what people really wanted. Like in the African space, people want things that they can feel, things that they can connect with, things that they can experience.
They want good storytelling, basically.
Yeah, true, true. Good storytelling. So if you can tap into that space and give them something they can relate, people will buy probably a product because they know the person that has worked on the product. So they feel like I'm affiliated to the person based on the fact that I'm affiliated to the product based on the fact that I know the person that has produced it or know the person that has worked on it. That will push them to buy than just seeing the product and saying I like the product. So to an extent, it's just about good recommendation, good reviews, and just getting the right person to work. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, and I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. That was a good one.
yeah, yeah.
So, do you have more question for me?
Yeah, so basically, like I feel like I've exhausted my questions, but however way, like to an extent, I just want to say thank you for like
I mean,
joining me because we've been really pushing to see how we can at least make this work, and I'm glad that eventually
yeah, I
yeah,
know, and it's been crazy.
it has been crazy from one thing to the other, but basically what will work. So I'm excited. I'm excited and thanks
Exactly.
for the
Mhm.
opportunity. So one last question for
No
you.
problem. Anytime. Hmm.
Yeah, so one last question for you.
Yeah, I'm with
And the
you. I'm with you.
question
Hmm.
yeah, one last question for you. And the question is this: if you actually have to probably work with a brand on probably a collaboration
Hmm.
or like just um seeing that something creative comes out from your own space that people can actually buy into. Like, what do you think you tap
Hmm.
into for inspiration?
Someone that I myself, I can't even tell my own personal story.
Yeah,
Like I can't. There's a lot to my own life story
yeah,
to begin with, and to there's a lot of story to tell, telling from where I'm from.
yeah, sure.
So I'm gonna tap into a lot of stuff first. I'm gonna start off from the soul roots,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
what actually start
everything.
everything,
Okay.
which is Nigeria, how Nigeria becomes what it becomes,
Yeah,
just to educate people, because we have a lot of diversity, right?
yeah, yeah, we
Like
do.
people
Different languages, different
don't
culture.
know who you really are until you let them know who you really are.
True.
If I'm making
Yeah,
sense
that's
in a
right.
way.
That's right.
So
That's communicating with her.
so basically of any work I'm gonna be doing is just gonna be storytelling,
Sure, sure.
because I'm someone that tapping into stories than any other stuff. Like I know this might sound weird, but I don't fantasy jewelries. I don't fantasy, stuff like that.
Yeah,
What makes me pump is just creativity,
yeah. Meeting
connecting with
people.
people,
Yeah,
networking, and of course sneakers.
yeah,
And if I have the privilege or the luxury to tell a story by working
yeah. With a
with a sneaker
brand.
brand or anything,
Yeah,
so there's a lot of story to tell.
yeah,
First of all,
yeah. True.
my whole culture,
Yeah,
which is Yoruba,
yeah,
and my state, my country.
yeah.
There's a lot of design to go
True.
into it. I don't want to get
Yeah,
in depth,
yeah, yeah.
but
True.
I'm just
I
giving
can.
you
Yeah, yeah. I
I'm
can
just
relate.
giving
I
you
can relate as
clues.
much. Yeah, I can relate
Yeah,
as much.
I'm just giving you clues on where to tap inspiration from. And me staying in this country, like there's even more story to
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
about the old stuff. Like this country, what black people are going through
yeah,
comparing to what a regular African
man,
man
yeah,
go through in Africa or in Nigeria,
yeah.
and comparing
Both,
both
yeah,
to
imagine that.
make it
Yeah,
make sense,
true.
like, oh,
So this,
I'm woke.
yes,
So this is why this is
this,
this.
yeah,
So I won't. I'm not a professor. I don't want to write book.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Anybody can
Write a
write
book,
book,
yeah, true.
but I'll just use the sneaker as my
Um,
own
yeah,
canvas
true.
to
To paint, yeah,
write the
yeah.
book. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's brilliant because like that's something I feel I've not seen as much. Actually, bringing the African narrative together with what people, blacks outside the African space, are actually experiencing. I feel like that cohesion is needed. Like from works like that, from creativity like that, people can become woke, like you have mentioned. And it's great. It's great, and
Yeah.
eventually we'll have a
I mean, it's gonna be a general story, but at the same time, it's gonna be my story.
yeah, true.
So if I'm telling, if it's my story, so I believe most African or most Nigerian can relate to it
Yeah,
because we all go through, let's say, like same
yeah,
story.
same story,
So,
same face.
but it's just
Just
different.
different, unique in its
It's
own way.
different struggle and different stuff. So,
Yeah,
but at least each person that migrated to America or was born in Nigeria
yeah.
will be able to relate
Okay.
to it.
That's a great one. That's a great one. And eventually I hope something like
Yeah.
that comes out soon enough. So thank you very much for the time.
Yeah, like I said,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
like I said, I'm not rushing. I'm just taking my time with it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
That's great. That's great. And eventually, like I said, I hope that it comes through as soon as possible. So thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank for the audience. And eventually I hope we get to do more of this and see more of your collection, see more of what you have going on with yourself. Thanks. Take care, bro. Safe.
definitely, there's gonna be a part two, and I appreciate you bringing me on,
Yeah.
and hopefully I can invite you to my own podcast
Yeah,
too, and you
definitely.
talk, and yeah, get it going.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Will.
I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thank
I wish you nothing but the
you. And
best.
you too. And you too.
Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
thank you, bro.